Episode 2.
Um,
Anyway,
Continue.
Snowfall season 6, episode 2. The sit down. KGB man went after Parissa after Teddy set off her walkie-talkie. Seems she may have bumped her head, and then as she's trying to get home, the boys in blue pick her up, which I thought was kind of crazy.
That was the flukest situation ever.
Yeah.
And Reed doesn't deserve it. Don't deserve it. They should have took her and chopped off her pinky toe and sent it to him.
Facts.
That's what should have happened. I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of stuff working out for him.
I'm tired of things working out for Louie, but whatever.
He was, you know what was so funny? He was talking all that craziness. Oh, they can't stop or tear each other apart. Didn't your daddy used to whoop your ass? What are you talking about?
Didn't you ruin their lives and probably your family's life? Your wife and kid don't want nothing to do with you. Like, relax.
Because he's a deadbeat. Oh my God.
Facts.
You gotta love the pushing of stereotypes for Franklin and his from that guy. That's irony right there.
Mm-hmm. After picking her up from jail, Teddy wants to take Parissa to the hospital, but she just wants some sleep. She tells Teddy that she got a good look at KGB man, which kind of sets up some things for later on. Louie and Jerome are discussing what went down with Dallas and Black Diamond, and Jerome admits, yeah, I might have killed her, so we might have a new body in our hands. Alright. Franklin comes down to the hospital to try to find Black Diamond, and Dallas tells him that Big Dion must have put Jerome on that play. That's when the doctor comes in and insinuates that Black Diamond is indeed gone.
Yeah, I don't know. Because what would he have to gain from doing that? If the point of buying from Franklin was to get your tenant key, if that was the point, what would you have to gain from giving them up to Jerome?
Yeah, you already secured the tenant key. You don't need to do anything else.
And then if I'm Jerome and Louie and I know I knocked them out in some type of way, why would I sell to you a tenant key again? Why would I do that? You ain't got nowhere else to go, fam. So right back to that 12.
Facts.
You just helped me take out my competition. Thanks. How's 12 key sound?
Yeah. Yep.
So like I don't even, it doesn't really line up as to why he would do that. I mean, I guess logistically it works because they were the only ones that really knew about the spot, but they didn't catch them at the drop. They caught them driving away.
Yeah.
Stop playing with that shit.
What you mean? What? I had to get it straight. Alright. Franklin has to pull up on KGB man, but it doesn't seem like his head is all the way in it yet. Oso pulls up to DEA Tony and his people. Tony brought his people because he doesn't want Oso swarming him with his Mexican buddies. I thought that was kind of crazy. Teddy wakes up Parissa and she's still noticeably fucked up from her drop. Teddy made this bitch a PB&J because he all in love and shit. Bro has some woman setting up shit in the living room, which at the time I didn't know what it was, but she's obviously a sketch artist.
Yeah, I don't think it's love because he's a sick, sadistic bastard. So he wanted to force her to get that image out of her head as fast as possible before she forgot it. That's what it was all about.
That part, but the PB&J, that was love.
You want some PB&J? No. You want something to eat? It'll make you feel better so you can do the sketch. Come on. I really want to do it right now if you're up to it. Come on.
But he wanted to take her to the hospital originally, though. So what was...
He loved her at some level. It wasn't until he knew that she got a look at him because he didn't know at first until she said something.
She did say that right after. All right, that's fair.
Oh, you seen him? Well, fuck that hospital. Come on, we got a sketch.
All right. Franklin meets up with KGB man at the same museum that Oscar Isaac worked at in Moon Knight. Franklin lets KGB man know that Cissy is all in on taking down the CIA, but Franklin wants to know how KGB man feels. And with that, KGB man tells him he believes that the U.S. shows devotion to freedom, but murders and oppresses its citizens. Franklin then explains that all he really wants is Teddy alive. KGB man needs proof on the CIA moving work to make it happen. Then, was there a microphone or some shit in the case? Because that's where he started talking, and I assume he recorded it then and there. But they didn't show what was in the case.
Yeah. Also, I don't trust dude, especially how he was with Javi.
Yeah.
I don't trust guy. I don't trust him at all. And Franklin got a lot of stuff going on. He don't have time to keep his eye on the KGB man all that close. He just doesn't. He's got too many other things moving and going. So like I feel like he's low key in jeopardy working with this guy, but at the same time, it's like if you got a figure, a CIA agent like Teddy McDonald on you, you kind of have to have some sort of help governmentally. Like you got to have some sort of agency behind you because his resources are too vast.
Yeah. Yep. Facts.
So
Also,
I can see it.
Also, KGB man wants specific proof, obviously. And Franklin said he can't make it happen because he stopped selling coke for Teddy 2 days ago. And at that moment, I realized, Jesus Christ, we're moving really fast because all this shit happened apparently within that 2 days.
Within 2 days, yeah, it was no time jumps at the beginning of this season at all whatsoever. Which I feel like that's if you think a little bit deeper, Franklin, it ain't nothing. All them trips y'all took and them planes, you don't have no pictures, you don't have anything.
He gotta have something.
Nothing.
He has such a relationship with the second Teddy. Well, I forgot what the fuck his name was.
The new guy
he has
killed.
nothing with Teddy, the guy he's been working with for way longer. Come on, bro.
Well, they never had that type of relationship, but at the same time, like you don't have no like flight manifest, flight records. You don't have anything linking Reed or Teddy to any product at all. Nothing.
Yeah. Polo Boy wants to know what's Franklin's play ratting out the Russians to Teddy and Oso, which happens later on in the episode. He didn't write him out to Teddy though. He didn't write him out to Teddy. He might give him some information on him to Oso specifically.
Yeah, he's not going to write him out to Teddy. I think he's dangling it over Teddy's head, or excuse me, over Oso's head, because Oso's interested and Oso knows where Reed is. So if Oso can help Franklin find Reed, he's like, shit, yeah, I'll tell you who he is. You don't want to know. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to know. You don't want no parts of this. You might want to just leave it alone until you decide for sure. Put that shit in your pocket. Don't show it to nobody else. But I'll tell you. I mean, what is he gonna do with the information? Tell the DEA? What the hell is the DEA gonna do?
Stop KGB, man. Hopefully. Hopefully.
The DEA. Who would the DEA call in terms of a foreign national being here fucking shit up? Who would they call?
But he don't know that.
No. Who would they call?
I have no idea. I'm just saying. I don't think
they would probably call the CIA. They would probably call the goddamn CIA.
That's fair.
Hmm?
We will return to this momentarily.
Okay. All
right. Cissy asks Franklin what he really wants, and he admits he wants his family back and the life he made for himself because, goddammit, Louie is fucking that up. Cissy then explained that the beef between Louie, Jerome, and Franklin may be exactly what Teddy wants. Cissy wants Franklin to talk to Jerome.
This is bullshit. Could have called your brother and asked him to talk to me first.
That is true. Mm-hmm. Well, which she ends up doing, but
it's just really weird that the expectancy of Franklin to fix all of it is they always expect him to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Fix this.
Well, he was Mr. Fix It when the money was coming in, so it only makes sense that he'd still be Mr. Fix It.
They always expect him to do it. It's like, yo, I'm not the only one involved in this. It takes two to tango. I'm not arguing with myself.
It's like your friend who always checks up on you, but you don't ever check up on him, type deal. You know, so that's what he is. That's the role he signed up for, unfortunately. Anyway,
yes.
V and Franklin discuss what happened with Black Diamond, and then V admits that Cissy is right for wanting to have a sit down with Jerome. Apparently, Kane wakes up and wants to talk with Franklin, so that all happens in that little scene there.
Nick, you tripping too, bro?
Yeah.
You tripping too?
She always tripping. Anyway, can someone please explain to me why Jerome was talking to that deaf man as if he himself was deaf? I thought that was weird. It was that, but then he also started talking to him like this. I was like, really, bro? That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Hey, yo, did you catch the little line? He was like, everybody gotta have some side scratch. What the fuck are you talking about?
That was hilarious.
When you say something in front of the homies, you know you weren't supposed to say it because you were in
Was that
That's
homeboy
funny
who
as
was
hell.
assy beat and then now he's deaf, or
No, 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 no,
no?
no, no. This
Okay.
is a. It seems like a carrier from Arkansas. That's what they said.
Oh yeah, they did mention. Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, it's a courier from Arkansas. A boy, a family man. He said I got to get back home by Saturday for my son's
Yeah.
birthday.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, like, yo, family man, gangster. What the hell?
Hell no.
I
Okay.
tell him you about to be late.
Right. Feon00 says, if that were happening in theory, Reed would be in deep trouble since he is working off the books. And Reed's guy would be in trouble as well since he knows what's going
They
on.
would be forced to burn him. They'd be forced to burn him, disavowing we don't know nothing about this. And now local authorities, anybody could arrest Reed. And they'd be like, we don't know nothing about this man.
Hey, yo,
We don't know nothing about him.
sometimes this looks like a hairnet, like a lunch lady hairnet. And then sometimes I have an angle that makes me look like the golden voice, Ted Williams. And I don't like it. I don't like it.
Don't disrespect Ted.
Sometimes it has that. All right, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna stop looking at it, but it looks crazy. I'm aware.
Sometimes
I'm aware
I
how crazy
wish
I look.
that's what you, the 5 heartbeats. That's what it is. Sometimes I wish rain would fall.
And then sometimes I'm giving sexual chocolate too with this shit.
Yikes.
I'm not gonna lie. I know what I look like. I know I look crazy, but I had to get in character.
It's like
Yes,
blackmail
like,
Betty
I
Crocker.
look like Randy Watson. I know. I'm aware, but I had to get in character.
You look like blackmail Betty Crocker.
Where's the titties? Where's the bitches? Slap your daddy. All right, I'm back in the character. Okay, cool. All right.
You look like Pinky's cousin. Hey, this your cousin.
Good. Well, you fine.
You fine too. He
All right.
fine too.
All right. Kane feels like he's getting played because Franklin can't give him the drop on Jerome and Louie. Franklin is probably hesitant because things may work out after all with Jerome, at least at this sit down. But Kane is not playing that shit. Get me the drop because them niggas shot at me and now my dick don't work, according to him. That's what he said. I'm just quoting him.
Look, it's when all of that stuff happened to Franklin, he had 2 choices. He had sink and drown, or grab the next closest boat and throw whoever is on it overboard and try to swim to shore. Try to paddle to shore.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only options that they left him with because no one cast him a helping hand when he was going through his shit. But then everybody else expected him to just sit back and not take no swing. Well, you got a taste of that medicine. So now he's caught in between a rock and a hard place because his woman and his mom want him to talk to Jerome, but I didn't already set the shit in motion. I didn't already told him it was Louie. Yep. I already told him who it was.
Yeah. Yep.
But honestly, who was most likely to have done it? Who didn't you talk to, fam? Leon and Franklin came and talked to you and hollered at you and tried to squash shit. Did Louie or Jerome?
Nope.
And it's probably not hard to ask around and see where the curly head cokehead is getting his drugs from.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna take you long to track him back to Louie and Jerome. So there's absolutely no reason why the conventional wisdom should have been, how'd he know? It must have been Franklin that told him.
Thanks. DEA Tony pulls up to Teddy's spot with Oso. Oso gets a page from Teddy, and he was going to tell him that he's with his family, but Tony says, nah, tell him that you're at the spot because it needed maintenance, and Oso was there to take care of it. Teddy says he wants Oso to leave the spot right away and meet him at the warehouse as he's holding a picture of KGB Man that obviously came from Paris's description.
Mm-hmm.
I would be inclined to believe that Teddy would have felt weird about Oso doing maintenance because Teddy's antenna didn't go up about Oso just showing up at the spot. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
As paranoid as he's been lately, nothing. Okay.
Well, he trusts Oso, which is good because Oso gonna probably he gonna be able to get the drop on him.
That's a fact. Jerome and Louie pull up on Scully. Scully has advice about the shit that they got going on. Jerome is getting paged like a motherfucker. Scully hands him a hamburger phone so he can answer. Then he tells him to fix the shit before Karma fucks them up. Then he hands them paper cranes and they dip.
Shout out to my boy Stacy.
Scully.
Shout out to my boy Stacy Scully.
Stacy Scully. Okay, all right.
Stacy Scully. Stacy from the wood. Because he the only one. He's the only one that's able to say, hey, maybe y'all should go talk. Maybe you should think about the way you're handling things. Maybe you're not the right one. Hallelujah, somebody.
It took him to experience tremendous tragedy to get to this point, but yes, shout out to Scully, Stacy Scully.
And the fact that he's still scared of Kane and he might not ever walk again says something about who they dealing with. So,
Yep.
Thanks.
Louie tries to convince Jerome not to go to Cissy's dinner because she feels Franklin is working with Kane, but she fails to convince him. Then she drops the paper crane. Said paper crane can symbolize honor, good fortune, loyalty, and longevity, as well as peace. Clearly, this means that all of that shit is out the window for Louie. Just thought that was a little bit of symbolism.
It was never in the window. She wouldn't have done half the shit that she had done if she wasn't okay with conflict with Franklin.
Sure. But
She
now
hadn't already
confirming.
accepted that as an eventuality, then she wouldn't have taken the moves that she's already taken thus far. So it doesn't surprise me that she would make another step towards aggression.
Facts. Nice background you got going on over there.
Hello, bro.
We finally get to meet Veronique's scamming ass mama as she's gambling at chips in Koreatown or Korea. We don't know whether this is in America or if it's overseas. We don't know.
They heard that when you got a private jet, you could be anywhere. She probably could have pulled up to Beijing.
You know what I mean?
Doing this shit.
But they did give us indication that the people around her were obviously of Asian descent.
Mm-hmm.
Veronique breaks down the whole situation with Franklin, the entire situation with him, as she attempts to enlist her mama's help. She's unconvinced to kind of help her until V mentions $73 million.
Them made them attendants jump up, didn't it?
It sure did, but you know, she's a scammer. That's what gets her attention. I feel weird about the random cutaways that they did to the dealer and the other person playing dominoes. I just thought they were hinting at something, but it didn't really seem like they were listening either, so I wasn't really sure what was going on with that. She then gives her chips to the other player, and then she dips out.
He said, "Oh, 73 million here. Here go a couple
Here
racks.
go these chips.
You take that. Yeah, take this little shit. Take that.
Especially with the percentage she's trying to ask for, but I'm talking about
I think we predicted that her mom was going to play a role here in this final season because she was getting mentioned a lot. She was getting a lot of name drops with no recognition on screen, so it just seemed like it was going to be a setup for this season. I don't think that they've tipped their hat yet so far on showing us who this character actually is.
But I'm glad they actually showed her so far and kind of delved into their chemistry and delved into what, you know. So before I get into Polo Boy's comment that he made earlier, Effion00 says that paper crane looked like a black swan, which would be interesting because I'd be interested to see who said Black Swan would be, you know, symbolically speaking. All right. Polo Boy says, why her mama looks so much better, they should have casted her. Casting her is a little nuts, but the mama did look better. Veronique didn't come from mama.
She's a very familiar actress. I've seen her a lot. I mean, the age difference is probably...
she's kind of giving great value Pam Grier, but Pam Grier is so fire that even being great value, Pam Grier can kind of work for you.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Her daddy must have been touched.
Something.
Very neat daddy was touched. But again, she looks much better this season, so y'all need to give her her props.
Yeah, they had to dress her up literally to get her to look better. But all right.
They all dressing up.
That's a fact.
Like homeboy, what is his name? His name D-Boy. His dude that took over for Leon. Dion.
Big Dion.
That sweatsuit he had on with the leather stripes in it. It was like the green, almost Coogee kind of multi-pattern, multi-patched joint had the leather stripes in it. Hey, them joints was hard, bro.
He was checking out Big Dion.
He might have to come up off that. You feel me?
Pause.
Hey, that's how we go in the jungle. You feel me?
Yo!
Take everything. Take everything, dog. Run that shit. Run that shit right now.
All right. Anyway.
About to make me black mask up in this bitch.
Yo. All right. Franklin attempts to give Black Diamond's son some money for the ice cream truck, and the son says, and I quote, "Get that fucking blood money out my face. That shit won't bring my mama back."
Jesus Christ. He did not say that.
He said that verbatim. That was the quote he said.
Damn. Now I'm fucked up. I gotta fix my do-rag. I'm playing around too much.
Well, yeah, you know, I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Jesus. Hold on.
Bruh.
Hold on.
Can't believe I'm talking.
Entertain the people.
Green screen.
Entertain the people.
Christ. Yo, what's up, people? How y'all like my wig? My wig is fire. You can admit it. It's okay.
It's not.
You're not supposed to talk. You're not on screen anymore. Matter of fact.
Bad, bro.
Yeah. So the wig is, it's fire, right? See, I got a spray bottle, but I didn't bring it with me, so I don't have it. So I can't do the whole. They squabbling out here now. They squabbling out here. You know, he said that.
It's full of soul glow.
They said that. Relax. They said that during the Chris Rock Will Smith slap. So I figured I'd bring the spray.
They squalling out here. That's what they said.
That's when he said that on a live. So I figured I'd do it, but I don't have the spray now.
All right, we back.
And you are all super loud. Oh no, you're good. All right, cool. I feel like the symbolism from season 1 where he was the community. Oh, they were trying to show that like he was a huge community figure early on, and now obviously the kids don't even want to take money from him for ice cream. That was a very astute observation, Polo Boy. I agree with that.
Well, when the bodies start dropping, people start losing they mothers and they fathers to this drug. It ain't. I don't want your candy money no more.
Yeah. Yep. Facts.
I'm good. They shot up my grandma's house last night. I don't want your fucking bubble gum and ice cream cones.
Yeah, but that was really happening. I mean, think about it like this. Think about how the Crips started. The Crips were supposed to be a community enforcement,
community action,
and then they became demons on the community. Like that's just...
but then again, you have to talk about the leadership that was displaced within those organizations and what happened for them to change course and go from what was supposed to be, like you said, a community action group instead of a gang. Or a gang that was for community action as opposed to drug dealing and turf wars.
Yeah. Facts. All right. Dallas meets with Franklin inside and explains the pact that Dallas and Black Diamond had. So now she has to dip from all this shit. The quote was obviously... the quote that I gave was obviously fake because the little boy doesn't even know about Black Diamond yet because she's telling the little boy like...
Yo... She's sitting over here talking about, yeah, we made a deal. If one of us die, we gonna just take the kids and run. No revenge, no nothing. So you mean you about to leave and you ain't even told this little boy his mama dead yet?
Crazy.
Man, what are we doing? Where are we going?
Right. It's gonna be a hard conversation. All right. Cissy makes her mama special for Jerome. After a story about their parents fighting over a car that their dad bought, and Cissy remembering the memory a little bit differently than Jerome did, Cissy explains that she wants Jerome to obviously meet with Franklin. So obviously she finally tells him to, meet with Franklin, as opposed to telling Franklin to meet with Jerome.
God bless her for setting it up, I guess.
Yep. Veronique thinks her mama helping would be a good move, but obviously Franklin is a little hesitant, so eventually he's gonna have to meet up with her. Teddy asks also about KGB Man. He doesn't remember right away, but Teddy allows him to keep the picture, which we'll also come back to. Franklin meets Veronique's mama at Woody's barbecue. Throughout the convo, Veronique's mama proves to be somewhat worthy because she clearly did some of her homework and utilizing her experience in the field. She wants 20%, and Frank tries to skate by offering homegirl the typical finder's fee of 5%. She claims there's nothing typical about this situation, so back the fuck up.
At all, fam.
But then they attempt to settle on 10%, and she wants her grandchild and obviously her daughter in her life, which, sentimental. I like it. I like it.
It's a play. She gonna steal all that shit. She's going to take all of that shit.
She is scammer supreme, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
She gonna leave just enough money in there for a college fund for that baby, and she gonna be living high, sipping Mai Tais somewhere on the beach.
Considering the conversation with Veronique didn't really go anywhere until she mentioned the $73 million, yeah, I think that's pretty...
She was all like, I don't know. What about the guy? What is he doing? How much money are we talking about? 70 million? Ciao. She.
Facts.
We out.
Facts.
We out.
All right. Oso makes it home, and upon looking at the fridge, he finally realizes where he knows KGB man from. The wedding. How lucky that bro was not only in the corner of this random picture taken, but that Oso somehow managed to notice his face on the fridge. Hell, they're lucky they even kept this picture from the wedding. I thought that was crazy. Like, it's a random ass picture, and he happens to be someone in the middle, and Oso just happened to recognize it. Like,
hours later while he's sitting at the table.
Man was like dead sleep, and then went,
I got it, cabrón.
All right, KGB man is playing the tape from Franklin to boss KGB man. They're about to do some surveillance on Oso, apparently. Franklin meets Oso at a wrestling match, bringing the relationship full circle from when they met. Oso wants to know who KGB man is. Franklin tells him that he knows KGB man, but he needs Teddy in return first. He then offers Oso $10 million. For what it's worth, Franklin is now in the hole $17 million out of the $73 million. Just wanted to throw that out there. Also, the man in the ring got unmasked, which is a symbol to kind of show that Oso is probably feeling a little exposed.
Yeah, this is the first time he's ever been in this vulnerable of a position. You got to think, when Oso been running with the cops since season 1. He been sitting pretty. He ain't been really in the shit. The most in the shit he got was last season when he was running around and they got caught in that tiger cage with Franklin. Other than that, he been living pretty.
Yeah. Yep. Facts. I mean, he don't got Lucia no more, but, you know, he's been living pretty.
He could have found her. He gave up. He didn't even go look for her.
Yeah. All right. Cissy pulls up to the veterans building where there are a bunch of vets drinking and doing drugs outside. She then attempts to clean the place up, which maybe she's feeling guilty for some of the things that Jerome has said and, you know, that have just been brought up in general.
Damn, you ain't even gonna tell him to take that shit up the street? You just gonna let him hit. You gonna let him smoke the glass dick right there on the steps, huh? Right on the stoop.
Sir, you're in the shot.
Excuse me, sir. Don't let me interrupt you.
Sir, you're in the shot. Can you take that down the block, please? I'm trying to clean up this place. I'm trying to, you know, have a nice little paradigm shift here. Anyway, Franklin meets Jerome at the diner, and Jerome explains his life story in LA and how he wanted to be there for Franklin, but somewhere along the lines he feels he fucked up and even calls Frank a bitch-made nigga. Franklin explains that he made Jerome, but Jerome doesn't see it that way. After Franklin calls Louie a trick and a bitch, Jerome socks Franklin twice. That's when Franklin pulls a gun on Jerome in front of everybody. Jerome tells bro to shoot him, which obviously he doesn't. And then this marks kind of the end of the pragmatic thinker and more of the acts on emotion in Franklin. But that's kind of what I took from it.
Damn. He smacked the taste out of Franklin's mouth.
Twice.
Wow! He said, don't you ever put your hands on... Wow! Shut up, punk! You ain't gonna do nothing!
It's the second... Well, second... I remember he beat his ass in, like, what, season 4?
They fought because he was gonna go try and shoot at Black Diamond at them, I think. Because they had just hit Louie.
Yep.
So
it wouldn't be the first time
man.
that he had to feel his wrath.
Don't you ever put your hands on Swap Boy! Shut up, punk! That was funny.
Franklin out here getting his ass whooped, but got a nerve to pull the gun on Jerome.
Jerome, I'm gonna make it very simple for you, brother. If Franklin would have got robbed, right? Somebody that was supposed to be his boy wouldn't help him get it back and would start working for the guy that stole the money from him. What would you have told him to do to you? it wouldn't have been no thieving. We wouldn't have been stealing shit. You would have told him to go shoot that man.
Yep.
You'd have told him to go put him down. He ain't got no loyalty to you. He loyal to him. He's with the other side. He's an op. Y'all been operating like Franklin's ops this entire time and expected some measure of loyalty, even though you showed him none. You've only ever showed him contempt.
That is a fact.
It's always, you've only ever shown contempt for the things that have gone wrong and the decisions that he's made that haven't played out. You've never thanked him for what he did for you. Can we please run it back to where Jerome was selling $10 bags of weed from his kitchen table, and shit, Louie was essentially tricking with her ex.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Now, I could have left y'all to y'all lives, stayed completely out of it, which is what you seem to want now, and you would have been right there where you at. Shit, you probably would have been somewhere getting punched by Claudia. Jerome would have been God knows where.
Selling dime bags.
And I'd have been up. So excuse me for making something out of y'all. Excuse me for even putting y'all in a position where y'all can feel some type of way about the money that you're not getting.
Yeah. Yep.
You over here complaining, having rich people problems. Like they really like bitching over rich people problems, and they're willing to isolate themselves from their family member to do so, which is crazy.
Facts. All right, my dad says, I love the way they ended the episode with War singing Slipping into Darkness, because that's where Franklin in the neighborhood is headed. They did a lot of good work in this one.
In the darkness.
I was just going to let you have your moment. I think they did a lot of good work in episode 1 and 2. Obviously, very fast-paced, got right into the meat of everything very quickly.
Yes,
which is
sure.
exactly what we wanted. But I kind of felt like they were doing that with season 5 and season 6. Like they were kind of slowing up on season 5 to give us season 6, which is going out with a bang. So, we will
Agreed.
any other thoughts on episode 1 and 2?
Man, you know what? I like that they did so much in this first 2 episodes dealing with Franklin, Louie, and Jerome, because it gets a lot of that. I think what was going to be the most frustrating part of the season to get through, and they did a lot of the work in the first 2 episodes. So now I feel like we can spend a little bit more time on the intrigue between the KGB, the DEA, the CIA. Like there's a lot of political overtones going on this plot right now. It's not that we don't have time for the family dynamics, but they're annoying and they don't make very much sense to me. So I would rather see the go catch Reed stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
and I think that's how they're probably going to end it.
Yeah.
To be honest. I think they have to.
I don't think they end up killing each other per se, but they got to come to some sort of resolution so that we can all decide that, Teddy McDonald is the problem. So let's just, make that leave. Make that go away.
Yep.